You're right there, ladies and gents, how's it going? I'm out on my Tuareg, my Aprilia Tuareg 660. I've just been down to Brighton Moto, the place where I got the bike from, to get my heated grips fitted. Now it's the middle of summer, so yeah, I shan't be needing them for a little while. But yeah, it's a glorious day, glorious day. So now all I am waiting for from Brighton Moto, or from Aprilia, it's not Brighton Moto's fault at all. All I'm waiting for from Aprilia is the lowered seat for this bike. So come on Aprilia, bring it to me baby, bring it to me. Oh yeah. It's glorious up here, really is. This is up on Ditchling Beacon, and yeah, I love this time of year when you just feel good, don't you, with all that vitamin D beaming down at you from the sky. Blue skies, sunshine, poppies. Ah, yeah, top of the world, almost quite literally up here. I bet these poppy fields would be amazing once they're all in full colour and bloomed out and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, it's nice, just little hints of reds poking out from the greens. Gorgeous stuff, gorgeous stuff. You have to be really careful up here because you get crap like that on the road and you get distracted by this stunning view as you come over the top of the hill here. It's glorious. Glorious is the word of the day, I think. How chewy? I know it's not quite fantasticals or abso-blooming-lutely, but glorious. It's a word, it's a good one. It means life is good. So I went motor camping on this bike over the weekend with Phil 480, Big Pezza, Curious Goose and Chris Wallace, and it was amazing. It was really good fun. I don't know if you've seen that video yet, but if not, do check it out. It was a brilliant weekend, even if the weather did mar it just a tad on the Saturday afternoon and night. But yeah, motor camping on this bike is a doddle. It loves it, it loves it. And I've got the ABR coming up as well, so all depending on which order I put videos up, that might be out of order with how you see this one. But yeah, whatever. It was really nice to have a good little chat with the guys and girls down at Brighton Moto. They know how to look after a customer there, they do. And it's not in freebies or mega discounts or anything like that. They're just good customer service, an honest bike shop, and it's just really refreshing to feel comfortable to deal with a shop like that. Yeah, I'm really pleased that I found them. Awesome. Whee! When we get somewhere, I'll show you how these heated grips work, because it's not got a specific button for them like I had on my Moto Guzzi. It's all done through the menu, but it's really easy to do, and I'll show you that once I've got my dashboard righted up. I'll keep it quite dim, dull, dark, whatever you want to call it, when I'm out riding, for no particular reason whatsoever, to hide the speedo or anything like that. Of course not. Which way am I going? I don't know. I have no idea where I'm going. Let's go right here and find out what happens. Seeing as I'm sure a few of you are just here to see how to activate the heated grips, I shall cut to my off-bike video of me showing you how to do that. And now, this is how we get the heated grips to activate on the Tuareg 660. So you've got these buttons here, that dash there. So you push that right one once and then again, and that brings up the heated grip controls, and then it's the up button to add heat, the down button to remove heat, or up, and then up to go off. Dead simple. Right, back to the bike. So as you can see, that was dead easy to do. Really piece of cake. I had to do it like that because I keep my display quite dark when I'm riding normally, and you wouldn't be able to see it too easily if I did it on the fly, like with me actually riding the bike. Yeah, that's why I've done that. So if you were only here just to see how to switch the heated grips on and off and to adjust the temperature settings on them, you can switch off now, because that's it. That's all the technical stuff from this. The rest is just waffle, just like the beginning bit was. Now obviously it would be awesome if you hung around, but no problem if you don't want to.
Keep that bike rubber side down.
I'm noticing more and more that my shoulder injury that I didn't really even know I had particularly because it's only become apparent really on this bike and on the Moto Guzzi V85. And on the V85 I didn't really think it was an injury. I thought it was just an issue with the bike. Yeah, it was just it was an ergonomic that didn't suit me. But I don't think it's that. I think it is an injury. It's a reason I don't like wearing rucksacks, to be honest. The shoulder strap, it makes my shoulder issue worse. Now I knew that I had damaged my shoulder. I scratched up the lining of the ball joint when I flipped a KTM in my ill-gotten days of biking, putting wheelies, and yeah, had surgery to fix that, as well as the ligament damage. And I think it's all just kind of getting to the point now where it's all just a bit rubbish. yeah, we don't recover as well when we're older, do we? Oh, this is a nice little road. Yeah, on a day like this is just what my body and brain and heart needs from a motorcycle ride. I do keep trying to ride this bike a little bit more spiritedly than I should with knobbly tyres on though. I do have to remember that I haven't got the same grip that this bike was designed to have on tarmac from them Pirellis. These Motors Tractionator Adventure tyres are fantastic in the mud. But less good by a large amount on tarmac. It's so annoying having hay fever. I love all the smells of this time of year, and it's brilliant, it's glorious being out on these country lanes, being able to smell it all. But every time I'm sniffing, I'm going, I'm poisoning myself. Twiddly roads are therapy. They really are grand therapy. Kevin down at Brighton Moto, he showed me some pictures of the lowered seats that Aprilia are going to be doing at some point for this bike. And it's got a step in it, which is kind of a little bit annoying, because obviously when you're doing the dirty bike stuff, it's nice to be able to move your weight back and forward and stuff like that. So I'm kind of wishing that the step seat was not the case. I'm kind of wishing that it was just a lowered seat in all respects, and they just smoothed it all out, because I've got no intention of ever carrying a pillion on this, certainly not when I'm off-roading, and that's when I need that lower seat. My Beta had a step seat as well, and it was just a bit of a pain. It meant that when you moved backwards you got slapped in the bum a bit more when the bike bounced. But yeah, it's to be seen. It might not be even an issue, and it certainly isn't until Aprilia deal with it and actually make the seat for my posterior to be happy and my legs to be able to reach the ground. I've definitely done this road before. I remember doing it on my Triumph, and it is super fun if you've got super sticky tyres, which I don't have. It would just be fun at a slightly slower speed. I've still got the Pirelli Rally Scorpion STRs, or whatever they're called, that came with this bike at home, so I might well fit them to this bike at some point and just see what this bike's road manners are like. But I'm not going to do it until these ones are dead, and I've kind of got a feeling that these tyres are going to last quite a while, because yeah, they don't have a huge amount of wear on them, and I'm 2,000 miles in. We shall see indeedy. Oh, what a lovely road, and a lovely day. Oh yes. Anne of Cleves' house. Could be a visit someday. Wasn't she one of Henry VIII's wives? That's better. We've got rid of the cars. Clean roads ahead. Awesome. Having the cruise control on this with my shoulder injury is a godsend. It means every now and again I can just stick the cruise control on and then just give my right shoulder a rest. Now it doesn't get affected on some bikes like it does on others. Yeah, so it's really annoying that it's on my current bike that it's the worst, but it's the way it goes. I should try and learn not to fall off motorcycles and stuff like that, eh? I don't know how much of the sea we can see from the road along here, but hopefully a little bit, and I can stand up and we can see more. But it looks lovely. The sea in the UK is never particularly warm, but that doesn't mean it isn't pretty. I'll always love the sea, I really will. You never get old. never. And it's quite nice to have a bit of it with wind farms that you can't see all around. So much of our coastline is getting smothered in wind farms. It'd be nice to live on the coast, it really would. The trouble is, it limits the directions that you can travel on a motorcycle by 50%, doesn't it? But it would be lovely to have a house with a view like that. I bet they cost a pretty penny though, and a pain in the arse in tourist season. But yeah, proper pucker. I mean, even though this is just a touristy beach here, with beach huts and probably shops you can buy rock and candy from, and sit on deck chairs and all that sort of stuff here, there's something quite exploratory about being on the edge of the country, knowing that there's just a great vastness of stuff over in that direction. And without actually looking at a map, you don't know, unless you know, how far away the next bit of land is. If we keep going up this way, oh, there's a fort up there with a cannon on top. If we kept going this way, which we will do, but not as far, you can actually see France across the water, but you can't see it from here, too far away. I guess this is Seaford Fort. Yes, Seaford Museum. I have no idea whether it's worth having a look at, but I'm not planning on it because it looks like it's shut. So this is Seven Sisters, which is named after the seven curls of the water or something there. I don't know, I'm not sure why it's called Seven Sisters, but it's really pretty. It's probably somewhere I should go for an explore sometime, but you can't really do much of it on a motorcycle because the car parks for it are pretty much just here, and then the rest is on foot. But yeah, it's kind of cool seeing the way the water has wound its way pointlessly almost, rather than going in a straight line. Yeah, can't really see it from up here unless we go in the other direction, so maybe if we come back this way I'll show you that. But yeah, there it is, kind of cool. Awesome. If you don't like traffic when you're out on country lane rides, sticking to the speed limit is a great way to avoid it. I mean, it won't totally eliminate it, but you'll just catch up with everyone so much slower than you would if you're gunning it, trying to get max lean angles and stuff like that. And you get to appreciate it an awful lot more by just chilling out. But it is nice to put down the power sometimes, isn't it? And it can be really frustrating to just constantly catch up with more and more traffic all the time. But if you're doing 100 plus mile an hour, you're going to, aren't you? On this bike I'm quite content at going at the speed limits. I do like winding on a little bit sometimes, but with the knobbly toys it just gets a little bit sketchy if you go too quickly. It's when you're in a 60 zone and you get people doing 25 miles an hour, that's why it's a bit of a problem, because people don't know how to drive. Tourists everywhere. It is a nice place to go for a walk, but that's a lot of effort. I stopped here before for an ice cream. I wasn't hugely impressed. It was full of school kids. So we shall continue along the twisties. Oh yes. Well, this is Beachy Head, or at least around the corner it is. There's Beachy Head lighthouse. I don't think that's what's classed as Beachy Head Lighthouse. There's another one down, which you can see off the cliffs up here. So I'll maybe stop and show you Beachy Head Lighthouse in a second. Oh, it is blowy McBlowy. Let's just pull over here, shall we? Let's have a little look at the world around us. Right, be careful, cliff edges, they're sharp. Now I get proper wobbly walking on the cliff edge along here. Yeah, I really don't like it. Yeah, I don't know why. I'm fine with jumping out of an aeroplane, but cliff edges, especially when the wind is blowing me to fall off it. It's actually not too bad here at the moment. But yeah, I don't really want to go too much closer to the edge here because it is unstable and it can all go horribly wrong. Maybe I'm just a scaredy cat. But that, I believe, is Beachy Head Lighthouse. It could be that one up there, but I don't think so. I'm not sure. And I can't be bothered to go and read a sign. But now you've seen it, whichever one it is, because I've shown you both. But that one's cooler, isn't it? That looks like a proper lighthouse, that does. And you get all the cliff edges and stuff. Whereas this one is a bit rubbish. It's a nice walk along here, especially on a day like today. But we're not here to walk, we're here to ride motorcycles and look at the scenery. So here's a bit of scenery. Pretty stuff. Right, back to the bike. She's pretty, isn't she? She's pretty. Dirty little tow rag. Got my Hippo-Drones keyring that Big Pez 3D printed for me. That was really cool of him. And the puck he did, the side stand puck. Yeah, immediately I commissioned him to do that rather than a freebie. But even so, he still spent a very long time sorting all the CAD out and stuff like that. And then the actual print took hours. I should have really waited until there was a car coming to give me more clear road ahead, but for a sunny day like today, I'm very surprised at how empty the roads are. I mean, they're not proper empty, there is traffic still, and the traffic is still slow, but look at this, clear roads ahead and blue skies above, green fields to the left, sea to the right, sunshine behind us. Life's good. Oh, and this engine, naughty, 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 very naughty. I'd love to have this as a closed road and a sports bike with the stickiest rubber and a lovely sunny summer's day to tear along here, being able to use both sides of the road with no worries of cyclists or old age pensioners doing 20 miles an hour. It is such a lovely, lovely set of corners around here. And the road surface is pretty good actually for something that's so tourist trodden, but I guess that's probably why it's so good, is they can afford to replace it because tourists pay for all that stuff. But yeah, it's a lovely, lovely little road this. It's like being on the TT, or I imagine it is. Not that I've ever been. Something I should tick off on my bucket list of things to do. Some glorious views up here. I know the GoPro won't pick it out, but just fantastic looking down at the coastline over there beyond the horizon, or the hill here. But yeah, lovely, lovely. Awesome. Oops. Policeman, policeman, nothing to see here, Mr. Policeman. It's all off camber here, and downhill, and tight and twisty, and cyclists everywhere, and people who can't drive. So pace well and truly reduced. I do love playing on the UK country roads, they are just fantastic. Woo! A big Ferris wheel, where you get to see out to sea a little bit further from down here, which you could just go up the hill and see further than you can see from there for free. Crazies. So this is Eastbourne Pier. So this is Pevensey Bay. Pay and display, so I'm not going to stop for long. Just have a little look out here. A little bit further along is Norman's Bay, which is where the Norman conquest, ouch, just kicked my blooming foot peg. Let's get off the bike and turn it around, far more sensible an idea. But yeah, Norman's Bay is where the Norman conquest beach landings were. It's kind of funny that we've got Norman's Bay here where we were invaded and conquered, and then there's also Normandy beaches in France, which is where our boys all went over to kick the Germans out. A few bikes over there, nice. And just ahead of me is Pevensey Castle, which is kind of cool. We'll go this way and have a little look around. It's sort of free to wander around the outside of the castle, but I'm not going to do that today because I've already done it in a previous video, and I actually went into the castle as well. It's an English heritage site, so yeah, you can get in for free if you're a member of the English heritage. Yeah, it's kind of a cool castle. You can see they've done some shoring up of these walls over the years. But it's quite imposing, isn't it? Can't remember the details from it all, but I did quite a good video of it. I think I got a drone up and everything as well, before I realised you weren't allowed to get your drones up on English heritage sites. But it's massive, really, really massive. And some of this wall here dates back to the Roman times, so it's like 1500 years old or something like that, maybe even older now. Yeah, I can't remember. Oh, naughty, speed. Right, let's turn around because this isn't actually the way I want to go. But yeah, parts of this wall are from the Roman times. It's incredible. Like I say, it's a bit of a trigger's broom. A lot of it has been repaired or replaced over the decades, over the centuries. But yeah, it's all awesome. I love castles. I really do need to start revisiting my castle video series, especially now I've got an adventure bike. I can go on adventures and find them all, can't I? I kind of fancy a cream tea or something like that. Jam first, of course, but I don't really fancy the touristy price tag, and they're never proper ones unless you go down to Cornwall or Devon, are they? Never proper scones, never proper fresh. Hello. Now again, this is another little fun route on a motorcycle, but this one suits the adventure bikes more than the sports bikes just because of the road surface. A proper twisty. A supermoto would be awesome along here. So those that watched my how not to adventure bike video I posted the other week, where I was learning to adventure bike the hard way, as in the school of hard knocks and falling off lots. Yeah, that was filmed along here, some of them. I'm not going to revisit them on this bike, I don't think, probably ever. They're horrific, really, really horrific. But still all good lessons to learn though, all good lessons to learn. I think every bike ride that you walk away from without too many bruises is a good one generally, because it's either good because you enjoyed yourself and didn't fall off, or it's good because you learned some valuable lessons from it. They're brave leaving a Ducati out in this salt air. Don't know if you saw that. There's a fort there between all those buildings. There's several of them along this coastline here. Used to have an elevated cannon up on top of them, which have now got lookout points. I don't know whether you have to pay to go up on them or whether they're just privately owned or whatever. But it's kind of cool that we've got these old sea defences. A lot of them from the I guess it would have been the war against Napoleon, I think, not sure. But yeah, this is a cracking little route through the marshland, and also explore on the motorcycle, even when it's an explore I've already done before. I like it. I like riding places like this. And this is Norman's Bay. It wouldn't have looked the same when William the Conqueror was crossing. We wouldn't have had the sea defences to protect the coastline. But yeah. Could you imagine an armada of warships coming at you, landing on the beach and setting up camp in Pevensey Castle, which is where I think they initially set up camp. They took over that fort there, and then yeah, they prepped their battle plans and headed to battle, which is the place of the 1066 Battle of Hastings. It wasn't in Hastings, it was in Battle. I don't know what it was called before the battle, whether that was the case, that it got the name Battle because of that. Pretty sure that's probably what happened, being such a momentous occasion in English history. Yeah, quite a lot of changes happened. thanks to William the Bastard. Now, just round the corner here is a little place I could park up and go and have a look at the sea. I don't know whether I'm going to or not. I'll see what it's like. There's a roundabout there, so I can just scoot round the roundabout if it looks too busy for my likings. Ugh, stop. Oh, it's good that they've got the no inflatable sign up. It is a bit windy, you just get blown out to sea if you're not careful. Yeah, I'm not going to get off the bike. Could park up and have a little look, but we've already seen the sea today on foot, looking over Beachy Head, haven't we? So let's continue. So this is Hastings seafront. This is. It's quite pretty, proper seaside town. And we've got the pier behind us. Obviously all the touristy shops and hotels and what have you along here. I'm tempted to maybe find a chip shop, but I might just head back to Route 1066 CAF because I fancy something quite substantial. I don't want to eat it with my fingers. Maybe get a fry up or something. That sounds good. Sounds good to me, that does. But yeah, awesome. Awesome stuff. Well, we are currently in Battle, which is where the Battle of 1066 happened, the Battle of Hastings, and this is Battle Abbey here, which was built on the spot where King Harold was supposedly killed. Still up in discussion as to how he was killed. I've got a visit of Battle Abbey and a reenactment of the Battle of Hastings on my channel as well, if that's of something that you're interested in. I'll try and put links to them down below or at the end of the video or something. But yeah, lots of history around where I live. It's all quite fascinating, awesome stuff, unlike traffic jams. Damn, batteries ran out on the camera on the way here because I was waffling and talking crap. So now I have had my little stop, I've had my fill of food at the very awesome Route 1066 CAF. I had a liver, bacon, mash and peas with a bit of gravy. It was very tasty. Thank you guys. Right, although it is a very lovely ride home, I'm pretty aware that this video here has gone on too long. Sorry about that, I had to blat out of that car park there because I kind of just cut up a lorry, which wasn't very sensible. But yeah. Well, I hope you found that interesting. I certainly enjoyed the ride and exploring some of them old historical places along the south coast of England. Revisiting some places I've been before. Do check out those other videos if the history side of those things interests you. Anyway, if you haven't done so already, please click that subscribe button. If you like the video, give it a little thumbs up, and if you didn't, you can always give it a little thumbs down. That's all cool in the school, we don't mind at all. But please, whatever you do, drop in a comment. I love hearing from you. Anyhow, you ride safe, take care, and I shall catch you all in the next one. Bye bye for now.
Keep that rubber side down. You know, you gotta keep that bike rubber side down.